There's no denying that Steve Harrington and Eddie Munson are two of our most favorite characters from Stranger Things. But we don't think we would have loved them this much if it wasn't for Joe Keery and Joseph Quinn's excellent performances. They took their on-screen chemistry and turned it into an unbreakable friendship behind the scenes. In this video, we're going to be talking about how Joe Keery describes their bond as one that they'd share for life. Let's start off with the two cast members who stole our heart. After working together on season 4 of Stranger Things, our two favorite actors, Joe Keery and Joseph Quinn, ended up forming a strong connection. The popular Netflix series premiered in 2016, and ever since then, it's been growing fast. Numerous viewing records have been shattered, and multiple Emmy nominations have been made for the series. Season 4 was split into 2 parts and was released earlier this year, and now Season 5, which will also be the show's final season, is anticipated to air in late 2023 or early 2024. After their nearly 2-year break, the Duffer Brothers didn't leave us disappointed. We saw many new cast members for Season 4 who eventually made it to our list of favorites, and it didn't take long for Joseph Quinn's Eddie Munson to be on top of that list. It could have been because of the writers are so good at adding new characters to the storylines, but some of his co-stars, as well as all of us, absolutely adored the head of the Hellfire Club. And he wasn't the only one. We also had Joe Keery, who played Steve Harrington, the character whom we all know for complaining about being the group's babysitter, because he's often left behind to watch over our younger heroes. But that didn't stop him from having some of the series' best moments himself. But in Season 4, he not only reconnected with Natalia Dyer's Nancy, but also worked with Eddie and Robin, who later became Keery's friends, both on and off camera. And now, a little about their friendship on set. It's clear how close the actors are. After all, they began appearing on the show when they were very young and have developed as a group on the Netflix hit show. After all those long hours of filming, there was no way they wouldn't become so close. In fact, that's what happened to Keery and Quinn. The friendship between Steve and Eddie was a big part of Season 4 of Stranger Things. So it's great to hear the actors had fun with their scenes together. It also explains why so many of us connected so quickly with the two characters and the way they were with each other. Even though his death scene was very sad, we really hope that Eddie will come back in Season 5 and win. From what he says, it sounds like Keery wants the same thing to happen. Not only that, but the two actors who played Gott and Martzo's brothers also ended up adoring him in real life. In the same interview where Quinn and Keery talked about how much they liked Dustin on the show, Quinn said that he and Keery are always telling each other stories about him. So, how did the two build a bond for life? We all know how Stranger Things is nearing its end, but it seems like the bonds formed on set will be ones that last a lifetime. And this was proven when many of the cast members went on to express how much they appreciate working together as a team. Given how rapidly Stranger Things became popular with the majority of the cast being unknown in Season 1, it makes sense that they formed an all-time bond over that singular experience. Joseph Quinn, who hadn't joined the cast until the show was well underway, started filming during the pandemic, and the isolation from it resulted in him forming a close bond with Keery. But it sounds like the actor's connection goes far beyond Stranger Things, even if Eddie doesn't return for Season 5. In a Unilad interview, Keery disclosed that he and Quinn also formed a bond that will last a lifetime while filming Stranger Things. What's more is that he also told us he was bummed when Eddie passed away in the Stranger Things Season 4 finale, but only because it meant that he and Quinn would no longer be able to hang out on set. Isn't that just so cute? The actor went on to elaborate that the two spent a lot of time together during filming, especially because the majority of it took place during the pandemic, so naturally, this only meant that their bond was one that would undoubtedly last a lifetime. But do you think their real-life bromance will last? It's wonderful to hear that these two have such a strong relationship in real life. Can you even begin to picture the hair care advice they exchanged? Eddie Munson died a hero, giving his life to buy the others time to find Vecna, but sadly, that friendship will only be able to continue off-screen now. While Joe Keery would miss working with Joseph Quinn, Eddie did receive a fairly savage send-off. During his interview, Keery recalled that he doesn't exactly remember what his response to Eddie's death was, but what he does remember is that he was really upset. He continued by telling us that he believes it was because he and Joe get along really well, and he loves to spend time with him. The actor, however, did admit that he thought Eddie's death scene was pretty cool and that it made him think about Boromir's death from The Lord of the Rings. He does have a point there. Near the end, Keery mentioned that he and Quinn are still friends and that the friendship they developed will remain there for life, especially considering that they shot the 4th season during the pandemic. And since both of them are musically talented as well, we will eventually see them work together as musicians. It sure felt good to hear Keery saying that he would be up for it. Getting to see them perform together would really be something all of us would love to witness. Let's hope we see it very soon. And now for some other related news. First off, we have Joe Keery talking about performing his music while hiding his identity. The Stranger Things actor Joe Keery recently explained why he prefers to perform on stage as a musician while hiding his true identity. The performer told Unilad that when performing in March, he covered his face with sunglasses and a wig, making him unrecognizable. According to the 30-year-old, at first it was just a cover-up to confuse people and distance himself from his connection to the show. He wanted us to notice him as a musical artist and not just a Stranger Things actor. So later, when he was asked about whether or not he wore a wig to cover Steve Harrington's iconic haircut, the Spree actor responded that he mainly just wanted to disguise himself. He went on to add that while singing as Joe, he felt that it was a really enjoyable character to portray on stage, and that he believes it also made him feel less self-conscious. Next up, Stranger Things actor Noah Schnapp has been working as a lifeguard over the summer before enrolling in college. In a recent interview with Flaunt, the actor disclosed that he works as a lifeguard at his neighborhood pool on the side. He credited the position with keeping him grounded, and described it as just a fun activity. He further explained that in some ways, being able to grow up with a regular life, normal friends, and other things outside of Stranger Things has kept him grounded. Schnapp also just completed his high school education, and he intends to continue his education by enrolling at the University of Pennsylvania in the fall to pursue a business degree. His parents and twin sister were over the moon when they found out, which we saw in a video he recently posted to TikTok. While initially considering pursuing a degree in theater, the actor told the publication that he ultimately made the decision that acting seemed kinda repetitive to him and he wanted to try something new. Lastly, Stranger Things had to climb more than a hill for the rights to the Kate Bush song. Since the premiere of the Netflix sensation Stranger Things Season 4, we've all got to hear Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill so many times that we either want to make a deal with God to loop it as many times as we can, or possibly get as far away as possible. Despite the song's big success in the charts and on TikTok, it wasn't an overnight sleeper smash. Years passed until an agreement was reached to use the song in the production. When signing agreements to have their music featured on shows, especially streaming shows where it would play continuously, artists are frequently hesitant. Clearly, the time spent in negotiations was worthwhile. Kate Bush is happy that the song's enormous success has reignited interest in her. The fact that the song was used for one of the most popular series of this year certainly helps. In fact, it even helped push streaming to greater levels in the ratings. That's a wrap for this video. How do you feel about finding out these two actors from Stranger Things developed a lifelong bond on set? Do you think it's safe to expect that the two might work together again? Let us know your comments below. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.